Hey there, Stampers, and welcome to another Step It Up video. This week I'm going to be using the stamp set Life Shared, and I'm going to kind of show you, I won't make every card, but I'm just going to show you the basics, because I'll show you. So on this card, this is the Step 1 card. The image is the same on all three cards, and the basic layout is the same. It's just how I bumped them up. So this is the Step 1. This is the Step 2 card, and this is the Step 3 card. So on the Step 1, and I used a different color card base on each of them because it doesn't matter, and I just thought, you know, you could pick out your own preference. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to kind of just walk you through. This card base is a standard A2 card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5 folded to make a 4.25 by 5.5 card base. For the Step 1 card, I'm using this Storytime Designer Series paper, and I'm just using the stripe. And then I'm taking a piece of this grid, red grid, and you're going to angle it. And then I'm going to add the watercolor paper that I have stamped with the Life Shared. And I started, there's another video kind of showing you how to do this, and I'll do a little bit more of this. And then I just adhered this with a brad in this corner and adhered the whole thing down, and that is the Step 1 card. Really simple, very quick, and it's so cute, isn't it? And I think the paper is fabulous. Okay, so that's our Step 1 card. Step 2 card, we add a mat here and here and here. We add 3 mats. So I'm going to show you, on the Step 2 card I used different color mats for each of them. On the Step 3 card I used the same basic gray for continuity to give it a little more weight and a little more punch. But you can do either, just whatever your eye likes. So I added a mat, and I'll put the dimensions on the video. And then, so it's the exact same thing, and then I just added a mat to this paper as well. And I put it at a wonky angle. And it's at this point that I added the 3 brads. And I wanted to make sure they were straight, so I really lined it up with a ruler. And then I matted this piece and bumped it up and put it on dimensionals and put that straight. And that's the Level 2 card. It's very cute, easy to follow. And then for the Level 3, it's the Step 3 card, I still did the same matting just as you see it, but on the end here I added, this is also from the same paper pack, I added this little detail to the end. I added some taffeta ribbon. I just wrapped it around where the seam met, and then with a cute little knot, as you can see. Then I added the stamped painted image with dimensionals, popped it up. And then as a last little detail, I took one of the sheets in the Storytime pack, and it has all these little farm animals. And I just found one that I thought was cute and worked with it. I used the 1 1/4 circle punch and punched it out. And then I used 1 3/8 to make a little mat out of a coordinating color. In this case, I liked the sunny yellow of the So Saffron. I popped that up on a dimensional, and that is the Step 3 card. So pretty easy. Step 1, Step 2, and Step 3. And then there is a video showing you how I started painting this, and I'll show you quickly that I use what I call a dry aqua painter, and I know you guys have seen me do this many times before. But I take a little medicine cup, I use our Stampin' Up! Markers, and I put the ink down on a palette. And then I don't fill the barrel of the aqua painter. I have a couple different sizes, as you can see. I prefer something really fine tip and I keep sending in to Stampin' Up! To get me a thin fine tip one that I can buy from Stampin' Up! But anyway, and so then I go in and I take the ink, and so I've already done this, but normally I would come back in and add you know, darker colors where it would normally be darker, and shadows, that sort of thing, to create the look I want. And using the watercolor paper, now if you didn't want her dress that washed out, you could go in and add another layer of color for a more vibrant blue, and that works. And then you just let it dry, and then you would add another layer to get that darker shadows that you want eventually. And the same with his shirt and all of it. Let's see, I'll add some more on his shirt. Do some shadow right here and right here to be a little darker, there, underneath here where the collar hits, kind of like that. And then I would you know, move on to a different section. I wouldn't, you know, keep going back to that one. You let it dry. So for doing like the background, if I want to wash a color to mimic the sky, I would start where I want it the darkest, and then I would start pulling it down, being careful not to hit those areas that I've already painted, and then just pull it down. Even though it looks like I'm not doing anything, I'm adding water so that when I come back in, it smoothly goes on. Oops, and I pulled some red. You can add water and sort of clean it up. And then just be careful. So I will pull in from the edge and not go too close. Like that. This side's perfectly dry, and you can see that it doesn't go on as smooth. So I'm just going to take some clear water and wet this background. And then I'll come back in and add the blue while the paper's still a little wet. You can really play with this and make it as light or as dark or as kind of varied as you want. Sometimes I add a little more gray down here for the shadow. A little more color up here and pull it down. But you can see there is a little learning curve to it, but the watercolor paper makes it so easy to do. So I would encourage you to play and get this washed look. Well, I hope you found this helpful. Let me show you the cards again. Step 1, Step 2, and Step 3. We'll see you next time. Bye.